Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So these are my top stories for the week. So this week at UFC 299, Sean O'Malley successfully defended his bantamweight title against Chito Vera. So the fight was great and I stayed up until 6 a.m. to watch this fight, and in the end I have to say it was worth it as the fight did last the full 5 rounds. If it ended in a first round knockout, I would have felt like I could have just stayed asleep. However, I did enjoy the fight. As we know, Sean O'Malley has said he wants to reach Conor McGregor levels of stardom.
I will be as big as Conor. The biggest star in combat sports. Of course, I would, want to be as big as him.
Here's what Dana White had to say about that.
Where does Sean stand in terms of star power for the company and
biggest bantamweight fight of all time? If you based off energy, excitement, gate, and pay-per-view, it's by far the biggest fight ever in the bantamweight division.
Where do you see his ceiling? I mean, our comparisons to Conor McGregor, I know that's a little bit tough. He's one of a kind, but I mean, is he one of the biggest stars we've ever seen?
He's on his way. Yeah, he's on his way. He's the biggest star ever in bantamweight history. We can say that right now.
Sean O'Malley did call out ILIA Topuria after his fight.
What you would like to do next?
Dana, give me a jet to Spain, baby. I'm coming for ILIA Topuria. I want ILIA, baby. Give me ILIA.
Possibly they could fight in Spain, however, I don't think that will be the priority for the UFC. In other news, I also stayed up for the Joshua Ngannou fight that took place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So this fight actually started around 1 a.m, so it wasn't as bad as staying up until 6 a.m. for UFC 299. Fight ended in a second round knockout win for Anthony Joshua. I was a little bit surprised. I did expect it to be as intense as the Tyson fight. However, it did end in a second round knockout win for Joshua. Francis Ngannou didn't look the same. He didn't look as strong as he did in the Tyson Fury fight. Another thing that surprised me was that there were much less celebrities in attendance for this fight. It seemed a bit more simple. The event was more simple. There were less performances, less celebrities, and they pretty much just got on with the fights. However, it is good for Joshua's career, and let's see where he goes next. Also, I wanted to see Tyson Fury step in the ring after Joshua won just for a face-off, but it didn't happen. However, it was a good statement for Joshua to make, beating Ngannou so easily. Also, Joshua's win just gets people more hyped up for Tyson and Alexander Usyk's fight. Also, Islam Makhachev seemed really impressed with Dustin Poirier's knockout win over Benoit Saint-Denis at UFC 299 as he's posted this on Twitter. His manager Ali Abdelaziz also approached Dustin and said to him, "Let's fight Islam in June," which Dustin Poirier was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Man, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I got to, dog. Huh? Fight Islam in June. Let's go. Let's go. I'm on.
Did we just make a fight happen?
Let's go. See you, brother. You too, bro.
All right. Other major news, Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson on July 20th and it will be streamed on Netflix. That's the first ever live boxing event that Netflix are streaming, which is absolutely crazy. So I expect it to be amazing. I wonder what kind of... I think that's a big game changer, and I think that Netflix is now a new competitor in the field of boxing. I think it's a major deal, and you haven't just got the likes of TNT Sports or DAZN or ESPN or Sky Sports involved. Now you've got Netflix who are interested in live streaming major sports events. Now I know this is more of a gimmick fight, however, it will draw in so many spectators, and now Netflix is a new player in this game and also rivaling the likes of Misfits Boxing as well. And the event is expected to take place at 3 a.m. UK time, which I'm thinking, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to stay up again.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
No problem. Saturday.
Also, good news for Netflix subscribers, there will be no additional cost to watch the fight. The event is not a pay-per-view event, so you won't be having to pay an extra $20 to $80 to $100 for this fight. I think this is definitely a major game changer, as we can definitely see more fights coming to Netflix as a result of this in future. The fight is set to take place at the AT&T Stadium in Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, and is also the biggest NFL stadium in the US with an 80,000 seat capacity. So I think this will be a huge major event. Almost sounds unreal. Mike Tyson will have turned 58 by the time of the fight, while Jake Paul is 27 years old. Mike Tyson has knocked out 44 opponents in his career. He returned to the ring in 2020 for a fight against Roy Jones, which ended in an unofficial draw. There is a 31-year age gap between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Jake Paul has been on an amazing pursuit in his career, going from Disney Channel star to YouTube star to now boxing star. What are your thoughts on this, and what are your predictions for the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight? Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn also said it's really sad.
You're probably asking the wrong person, because I'm a hardcore boxing fan. So for me, it's really sad, because like Mike Tyson's one of my idols growing up, and to see him fight at, was he 57, something like 58? But I also understand, like, a lot of people are going to tune in and watch, and it's an entertainment event, if you like. Netflix, it's great to see them in boxing. So I think it'll do really well, but it's just not really one for me. Should be fighting at 58 years, or again, sorry if I got the age wrong, but 57, yeah, 57 years old. But also, the guy was one of the greatest ever fighters. Why do you want to go in at 5% of what you were and lose to a guy like Jake Paul?
As we know, Eddie Hearn hasn't always been the biggest fan of Jake Paul and doesn't really rate his skills.
How do you even assess how good I was?
Well, because I said I didn't know. And actually,
but you called me average after 1 minute. But it's not true. I just beat a 5-time world champion.
A UFC.
You don't even...
Conor McGregor is finally making his return on Amazon Prime on March 21st in his new movie Roadhouse, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal plays an ex-UFC fighter in this film. If we remember back to UFC 285, Jake Gyllenhaal was there giving it all at the weigh-ins. He was on the scales, screaming at the audience. There was a fake altercation, and then later at the actual event, he jumped into the octagon and filmed a real-life knockout scene. It looked so realistic, and I can't wait to see how it looks on screen. Jake Gyllenhaal is an incredible actor with an array of amazing movies, so I can't wait to see how this one turns out. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas for future videos.